Let me guess, you from the town that I love best. Talk Memphis, I wish you would. Talk Memphis, you sound so good.
Okay, so what we've done the last 2 weeks, we have gone from west to east. We started off 2 weeks ago with 38127 and migrated east to 128 and then into Bartlett.
Yep.
Last week, we started out 109 below the city. We went to 116, 118, 38115, 38141, and 38125. We literally just went east to west. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come kind of in the loop in the city for a brief minute, and then we're going to pop out to the county and give you some of the higher end stuff. So let's start out this morning with 38122.
Yeah.
I like this zip code. I know you guys do. It is right by our office.
Right.
Summer Avenue splits it in half, or maybe on the bottom end of it.
Yeah,
bottom end of it a little
That's
bit.
Right.
Very strong, just without the numbers, just kind of my overall broad stroke and opinion. Very high pride of community. The tenants and the people that live there seem to have a higher, I guess, I want to use the phrase pride of ownership, but that, they don't know. So I'm going to say community pride and neighborly pride, I guess.
Well, there's a lot of long-term owners in there.
Yeah.
And if you look at the numbers, investor purchases, it was only, it's 52%. So it's lower than some of the other
Some of these other zip codes. Yeah, let's give some of these numbers. So
Sure.
number of house sales, this is all this calendar year. From January 1 up until this month. So we've got 337 sales this year. That's up 5% from last year for this time. Average home sales price $74,000. That's down 1%, or essentially the same thing. Number of bank sales in this area is 83, and that average sales price is $42,323. Number of investor purchases is 176. That's 52%, so that's half.
Right at the city average.
That's right. That's about half. And then the tax appraisal is about 52,000. Number of foreclosures is 28, and the foreclosure amount, the sold price amount, is 37,726. So these numbers are holding consistent with the overall city. I don't see anything in here that sticks out and glares to me that's a negative or just an extreme positive either.
Well, I thought it was interesting, just the average home sales price down 1%. I don't really understand that. That's an interesting.
Yeah, I don't.
Everything else has been up.
Everything else has been up over there.
Over there and across the city. Every zip code we've done so far pretty much has been up, haven't
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have any downs.
Yeah,
I know I don't. Well, we've got a couple of these suburban areas, but these investment areas I haven't seen. We're going to talk about some that are taking a little dip today as I'm looking through this. So I like 38122. I just think for the dollar amount that you can buy a home over there for, I see our average home price is 74, and then average investor price is 50,000. So anywhere from that 40 to 55 range, you can get a really solid rental property. Good paying tenants for the most part. I mean, I say all this stuff kind of with the preface that, I mean, you can always get a bad tenant, no matter if you're in the best zip code in the city or best deal on the planet.
It's a very diverse community.
Yeah.
A lot of different cultures, races, a lot of working class, but a lot of churches, a lot of nonprofits. Esperanza is a church up there, Sukasa, which focuses on the Hispanic community. A lot of people pour into, was it Kingsbury?
Kingsbury.
That
school used to be a real challenge. And one you did not want to fool with and get around. That it has changed.
It has, yeah.
And that to me reaffirms that statement. I said that community pride. From the
Gramwood Elementary. A lot of our friends' kids go there.
Yeah.
So it's got an optional program and very diverse, school and has done really well. It's right there in the heart of it. So there's a lot of good stuff. I mean, you see all the restaurants. I ate on summer yesterday at a Colombian restaurant.
Yeah.
So
I think Blanca Simpson owns that thing.
Yeah, that's right. Your friend's.
She sure does.
Yeah. And she gives all her money, sends it back to Colombia. Every bit she makes from that restaurant. So it's just cool stuff going on that people don't even know. She built this whole restaurant just to send money back to Colombia to help orphans and widowed, kind of moms that are just with not widowed, but moms just with children with no spouse.
Yeah.
So
she's also a 20 plus homeowner.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
She's got plenty of rental homes over there.
But yeah, I mean, you got Jerry Snowcone.
I think everybody in the city knows what that is.
I mean, every time you go, I can't even go anymore because I'm not a very patient person.
No, there's a 20-person line out there
at all times,
and my kids absolutely just eat it up. They love it.
So yeah, I mean, can't say enough about how good. I mean, the only downside I would say is a lot of the houses going as you go north tend to be more siding. I don't know why that happened when they were building back in the day, back in the 50s and 60s.
Cheaper product, probably.
Just cheaper product. So there's a mix of brick and siding all throughout there. And so you just got to watch what kind of siding. Has the siding been upgraded? Is it asbestos? Just know what you're getting into on certain pockets, certain streets up there. But I mean, I own quite a few up there with siding, and they've been fine. You just got to know
one with siding. That's fine.
You just got to know what you're getting into. So.
Yeah, I don't mind 38122 at all. I've got a couple over there. So nice little pocket. 38122. If you guys have questions about that one, please feel free to holler at us. All right, let's jump on to number 2 here. We're gonna go a little bit south inside the loop and go to 38117. Now, this zip code here is taking. The number of home sales are down, but the home sales prices are skyrocketing.
Yeah,
so
up 21. That's the highest. Is that
that's
the highest?
The highest jump that we've seen. So what this is? Let me explain the zip code. 117 it's in East Memphis. It's Colonial Acres is a large portion of it, which can be a rental pocket, but to me, it's turning into more of a flip area. U of M students that graduate want to be there. Yeah. Christian Brothers students that graduate.
Maybe they
just married.
Yeah.
I know several young couples that live there. It's almost if you're an East Memphis person or living in the city person, not the county. It's kind of a stepping stone into 38120, which we're not even going to cover because that's really a residential dominant zip code. There's not a whole lot of opportunity for investments, but 38117 is almost a step up to go to 38120. The homes are 30 to 40 years old, but there's been a whole lot of renovating. Buy cheap, renovate the homes because people are really wanting to be in there. Let's give you some of these statistics for 38117. Number of home sales in 2018 is 581. That's down 7% from 2017. So although I'm sitting here telling you it's an extremely desirable area, they are seeing a dip from 2017.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you exactly why. It's like if you love 38117, you sell, where are you going to go?
Well, that's happening everywhere. That's right. That's right.
Specifically in 117 because there's not any more land.
Nope.
You see a lot of infill where you're tearing down a 2,000 square foot ranch and building a 6,000 square foot, monster of a house. But
that's right.
You're seeing a ton of that. But that's why to me, that's why the sales are down. It's just because where you're going to
It's just limited on what you can get.
That's right.
What you can find in there. So the average home sales price is $235,000. That is up 21%. So that number is a huge jump. Number of bank sales is 13, and they average $130,000. Number of investor purchases is just 61. That's 10% of the zip code. So this is that's kind of what I mean. Like it's not a great market for rentals because the rent to home price ratio isn't matching up.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't work. You can occasionally get a $60,000 home in there, but it needs 25 and 30 grand in work and it might get 800 in rent. So
well, what we're seeing too is, and I got a recent example where especially as you go towards the interstate on 3117, if you go down below Park, that's in that
huge dip.
That's why that price goes down. It's going to go below 200. It's going to be in the low to mid 100s. So we have one that's a guy's going to turn from a rental, fix it up, and sell it retail because now's the time. Because the rent it's worth more money to sell it as a flip than it is to just keep renting it. Yeah,
and that's right. And then we're just not seeing the right prices for buy and holds. Now, if you find a flip over there, that's an opportunity. That's where I'm flipping one right now. So,
and I think that's probably the majority of those 61 that have sold.
I would think so. Yeah, because the rental properties just don't make a lot of sense.
Right.
I mean, from the price standpoint versus what you can.
You're starting to get below that 1% rule. That's why.
Absolutely, well below it.
Yeah.
Average investor purchase price is 128. So you can see. I mean, that has to be a flip to me, a number, because no one's buying $120,000 rental over there.
No, that's just like I said. It's going to be around that Park area.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything north of Park is going to, hit 200 plus
for sure,
minimum. I mean, there's
between Park and Quince is the kind of juicy spot.
That's right.
Yeah. You go below Quince, you start. I don't mean that if you're listening, you live below Quince, you're in a bad area. I just mean from an investment standpoint.
That's right. The value add from you getting below Quince is not. It's not there. Well,
great communities.
I think it's going to come.
Yeah, and like where Los Delicios is over there.
Yeah,
you take that neighborhood behind there. Great
neighborhood.
Yeah, great community
by the Y.
That's right, but there's not a whole lot of investing that can go on over there. Those are residential homes because of the price point and because they've been kept up so well. So.
But only 19 foreclosures, so 3 a month in this zip code.
Is
so low.
It's great, and then the average is 155 for those prices. So. Good little. I'm sorry, average is 140. So good little pocket over there in 38117, 38122. Excellent rental market, great community pride. You can get some pretty decent deals over there in that area. So I strongly support and promote 38122 to investors. When you come to 38117, you're just going to have to be really, really specific and cautious on what you choose to buy. I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be mainly a flip community. If you find that property that's cheap, you're not going to find a whole lot of rentals in there. So
we did have one 1031, bought one on South Perkins though.
So it can happen.
It can happen.
That's why I'm not saying.
The numbers are crazy, but
that's why I'm not sitting here going, you can't find a rental in there. You can find one, but it's just fewer and far between.
How much did you buy that one for? $300,000?
$320,000.
$320,000. That was a big house. I walked that house.
He thinks he can get $3,500 in rent.
$3,500.
Mm-hmm.
So right above the 1% rule.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 3,000 square feet.
32, I think. 3250.
It's got upstairs, a big back room.
Big house.
Big.
And that's a way different product. I mean, there's not too many investors I have that want to drop $300 on a 1%er. But this person had a 1031 exchange. He was looking for some appreciation. He had to buy it. So good little pickup for him. So we have covered today 38122. Great little community near Summer Avenue. Good rental pocket. $40,000 to $70,000 prices. Jerry Snow Cones over there. So we really enjoy 38122, and then 38117. We talked a little bit about that. It's more of a residential flip investment type opportunity. You're not going to find a ton of rental properties in this zip code that make a lot of sense, but there are some. There's just not many. So number 3, we're going to go to 38119. So that's moving. We're still in the loop. Most of it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving out east again. So we started with 122. We came a little south into 117. Now we're going to head directly east and go to 38119. I'm going to tell you that a large portion of this area is also going to be residential. There's some high-end homes in this community. There's also a dip down in some parts of the zip code where you can find a rental property. I've sold several this year over there. So let me give you some of these statistics, and then we'll jump into this one. Number of home sales, 306. That's up 4% from 2017. Average home sales price is $222,000, so that's up 21% from 2017. That's another major jump along with 117. So you're seeing the residential pickup in these areas. The values of the homes are going up, and what that tells me people are doing over there is they're flipping.
Mm-hmm.
They're flipping properties. They're buying older homes, renovating them, and turning them over in areas where people want to live. I mean, if you're a residential homeowner living inside the loop, it's 117, 120, 119, 111 in some areas.
Yeah, High
Point Terrace area. So these are some of the zip codes inside the loop that people want to live in as their primary residence. So if you can find a rental property that makes sense, this area is going to be good. Average home sales price $222. Like I said, number of bank sales is 7 all year long. There's 7. That ought to tell you something too.
Yeah.
Number of investor purchases is only 11. It's 4% of the sales in the zip code. So there's not a ton of investor purchases going on in this. As far as mass, buying a ton of these to flip, there's just not a ton of opportunity. Average investor price is 147. So you're certainly looking for that 1% rule over there. But the reason why, let me finish. Hang on. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Average tax appraised value is 146. Number of foreclosures is just 12. And the average foreclosure amount is 155. I say I'd introduce this zip code here, not because our phones are not just ringing off the hook about 38119, but there are investors that listen to this show, I know, that like the 1% rule. They want a safe home. They want a lower return for low to no headache. Mm-hmm. So along with 117, 119 is similar to that. You can look for that flip home. They're going to be there.
Right.
But you're going to have to accept the 1% rule, if you're looking for a rental. So I like 119. I like it from a location standpoint. It's near everything. You're 5 minutes from 240, which, if you're not familiar, circles our city. So 119, we don't have to spend a ton of time on it because it's not in a huge buying whole pocket. Yeah. But it's more of a flip. So good area. 11
investor purchases. That tells you.
Yeah,
two a month.
That's right. So I mean, there's not a ton, but there are opportunities. And I think one reason why though is people don't look. Mm-hmm. It's not on the radar as far as an investor zip code as 119. Right. I think if somebody would probably spend a ton more time in there and dive into it, you could find some more flips and you could find some more opportunities. So 3 and 119 is very similar to 117, similar features and similar type strategy that you're going into it there.
And up 21%, just like 117.
It's very, very similar. Yeah. So it's
very close numbers.
And they rub against each other. So, it makes total sense. I mean, you leave 117 heading east on Park, you run right into 119.
That's right.
I swear I can't get enough listening to you talk.